Today we will be talking about all of the organelles inside of a cell, or specifically the plant cell. The plant cell is very interesting because it has more parts in it than the animal cell.
Before you enter the plant cell, you have to go through the cell wall. The main job of the cell wall is to protect the inside of the cell. It controls what goes in and out of the cell. The cell wall is the outer layer of the cell. In the plant cell, there are two layers of protection. The first one is the cell wall, which we just went through. Now we have to go through the cell membrane. The cell membrane is like the cell wall because it also decides what stays in the cell and what leaves. The cell membrane also protects and surrounds the cell.
All right, how are you?
The cytoplasm is the next stop in the cell. The cytoplasm is like jello found inside the cell. It is made up of mostly salt and water. The cytoplasm's main job are holding all of the organelles in place and giving the cell its shape. The next thing on our list is the vacuole. The job of the vacuole is to store all the food and water and waste from all of the other organelles. The vacuole also supports the cell structure and the organelles. The vacuole is also one of the biggest organelles inside of a plant cell. The mitochondria is the organelle that powers the cell. The process goes like this. First, the mitochondria gets food from photosynthesis. Next, it takes the food and burns it down to create energy. It then releases the energy. Now we are at the chloroplast. The chloroplast's job is to make the food for a plant. The chloroplast also makes the plant green or gives it the green color. It also has a plastid that contains chlorophyll and in which photosynthesis takes place. After you go through the chloroplast, you enter the next part in the cell, the Golgi apparatus. The main job of the Golgi apparatus is to prepare proteins and fats for use. It gets the proteins and fat from the rough ER. The Golgi apparatus changes, sorts, concentrates, and packs them tight into vesicles. The vesicle stores and moves protein from the Golgi apparatus. The vesicle is also a small fluid-filled bladder, sac, cyst, or vacuole within the body of the cell. After the vesicle, there is the centriole. The centriole's main function is to help with cell division. They are put to work in the process of mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis is the process in which cells split apart, and meiosis happens when it's time for organisms to reproduce. Ribosomes' jobs are simple. They can make protein. In the cell, ribosomes can be found on the rough ER and found free in the cell. In a cell, there can be up to 10 million ribosomes. After the ribosomes, there is the rough ER. The rough ER is called rough because it has ribosomes attached on the surface. The rough ER also makes proteins for the cell. Next is the smooth ER. The job of the smooth ER is to carry material throughout the whole cell. The smooth ER also does not have any ribosomes. The smooth ER also makes hormones and lipids. One of the last things in the cell is the nuclear membrane. Like the cell membrane and cell wall, the nuclear membrane is the thing that protects and surrounds the nucleus. The next part of the cell is referred to as the brain. The nucleus is called this because it controls all parts of the cell. The nucleus controls everything inside the cell, or it tells every organelle what to do. Next we go to chromosomes and chromatin. Chromosomes are tightly packed DNA found only during cell division. The chromatin is underwood DNA found throughout the interphase. DNA is present in almost all living organisms and is the carrier of all genetic material. The last but not least is the nucleolus. Inside the nucleus is the nucleolus, and it is there during the interphase. Interphase means the resting phase between successive mitotic divisions of a cell, or between the first and second divisions of meiosis. So in conclusion, the plant cell has many parts, each having its own jobs. Each job an organelle does affects others and how they all work together. Plant cells are the basic building block of plant life, and they carry out all of the functions necessary for survival.